show up as noisy as the Jeep did. So, driving over red. And Rowdy, he's sniffing out whatever's out there. He's my born sniffer detector. Deer run out in front of us a few minutes ago. I didn't have my camera set up, so I couldn't record it. She ran right down the road in front of us, then off the bank. I forgot my microphone, so I don't know how good the audio is going to be. I'm hoping that everything that I say you can hear. To get on this road, you're on Houston Valley Road. You turn there at Lone Pine Church. Dark in here. My headlights is coming on. It's only 7 o'clock. 7:05. Keep cameras up here all the time, but I had one stolen. Honestly, I believe somebody stole it because I never could find it. It wasn't at the bottom of the tree, and it was up actually kind of high, and it was off the trail, so I'm not sure how they spotted it. There's a lot of hikers that come up here to this trail, and I'll show you that when I get on up here closer to the mountain, or up to the top of the mountain. But I've had it actually in this area. I've had my one experience up here, and the footprint that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where I found the footprint and tell you all about that when we get up there. But this is the area, and then there's another area where I actually seen a Bigfoot walk right straight across the path. And if I got time, I'm going to go down there and take you down there and show you that spot. Well, I'm here at the place where I had my first experience with Bigfoot. And I'm going to show you this belt. Now, I don't know if this is backwards in the camera or not. I don't think it is. It's next belt. This is the best belt you can have. Carry a firearm, knife, or whatever. You just push it in there and it locks. And I got this at Smoky Mountain Knife and Guns. And I don't come to the woods without a pistol. And I'll show it to you here in a second. I'm stupid. I ran off and forgot my 44. That's usually what I always carry. 44 Magnum when I'm up here, but this is my Glock 19. And it's better than nothing. And so we're getting ready to go. I'm gonna show you two of the locations where my experience happened, and show you where we got the footprint. So right here, I come up here. Our church was holding a revival, and I asked the people, did they want to come up here on the mountain and pray with me, to pray for our revival. We'd have a good revival. And I couldn't get nobody to take me up on it. And I came up here, and I want to show you this shot right here. Right here's where my vehicle is sitting. Now, I'm driving a red Dodge. This is a 2012. I can't remember what Dodge I had before that. It was silver. I'll include it in a picture. But that's not what I was driving the night that I had the experience. That was what I was driving the day me and my wife come up here and we found the footprint. Okay, so I was driving a car and I had it parked right here where we see the dogs at. And I was just praying. I was having a good old time with the Lord. I was really getting after it. And when I stopped, you got to understand, see all these trees? These trees were almost like shrubs back in 2008 when I had my experience. The footprint was in January 18th, 2009. Anyway, the experience, all this stuff was small. You see that tree right there that goes all the way up? That tree, whatever it was, shook that tree. And I mean, it shook it back and forth like it was just a twig. It came crashing down the mountain as soon as I got done praying. I was getting ready to leave. And it sounded like a bulldozer. And I didn't believe in Bigfoot. I didn't believe in any of that stuff. Because I've been in the mountains my whole childhood. My whole life growing up, I've been in the mountains hunting with my dad. When I was 6 years old, my dad would take me hunting and leave me beside a tree. And he'd take off into the mountains somewhere, and I wouldn't see him for the rest of the day. And that was my experience of being in the mountains. And so I had to learn to not be afraid. But that day, something, I mean, it was twilight, it was getting dark, and whatever it was, it come tearing down off that ridge right there. It's up in front of me. And I'll take you a little ways up through there. But I believe that's the tree, or maybe been another tree. But I seen it shaking back and forth. I never seen anything like it. It was like watching a movie with a dinosaur come walking through the forest and the tree just shaking all over the place. Well, that's what it was like. And that scared me, because something big enough to shake a tree like that back and forth, I really didn't know if I wanted to mess with anything like that. Now, I walked over to the car, had the window open, and I pulled out, I had a Colt 357 Colt Python laying in the seat. I pulled it out. Come on, Rowdy. Come on. Come on, we're going this way. Come on, buddy. And I pulled that pistol out and held it up. And then when I got the pistol out, whatever it was, it didn't step out where I could see it. All this used to be burned, and I mean, it was nothing but like shrubs and a few trees. But when that thing growled, I've never heard anything like it. And I've heard bears, and I've heard other creatures. But whatever this was deeper and so impactful, I could actually feel the bones in my chest vibrate from it. And it paralyzed me, like I couldn't move. And it was really mad that I was praying, I guess. And I stood there a minute, and I waited for it to, I thought it was going to step out. And if it would have, honestly, I'd have shot it, because I was not really afraid, but I didn't know, I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. And I hate to say it, but I would have shot it. I mean, I don't know. That'd probably been the last thing I did, but a 357 Magnum's a pretty powerful handgun. And I'm a dead on aim shot with the pistol. I can shoot an 8-inch block from 100 yards with a Glock 27, and that's a little shorty 40. And I've done it, but you know, I didn't really. If I'd have shot it, I don't know if this thing would have kept coming or what. Anyway, that's my experience. If you have anything that's happened to you like that, just let me know. Now, we're gonna walk down here and I'm gonna show you where I've got the picture of the footprint, and I'll show you the footprint later on in the video when I get over here to where that's at. It's so pretty back through here, and to be honest with you, I think it used to be like a Boy Scout camp back in here. And used to bring a Boy Scouts and come back in. I was a Boy Scout growing up. We went to Tremont and places like that. I don't ever remember coming here. But I'm not saying we didn't. But I was pretty young. Oh, look at the blackberries. There's one. A couple ours ready. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I keep coming to the mountains with my shorts on. This is usually, I didn't think this would be grown up. But I tell you, you never know. But I ain't wearing flip-flops. I'm wearing my Hey Dudes. There's my Hey Dudes. Well, there's a lot of blackberries in here. They're not quite ripe yet. We are not far from where I seen the footprint. Funny, sometimes you can talk on these phones, can't hear you halfway, and then, but if you breathe a little bit, oh, you pick that up, makes you sound like you're asthmatic. Now you got to remember, when I came in here to find the footprint, it was in the dead of winter. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 17 degrees outside. So whatever made that footprint was walking around barefooted in 17-degree weather. Okay, I'm thinking it was right here. See, I don't know if you can tell. It's really a bank. Let me back this up. You can see that's a bank. And that footprint was right there. Something. Look at this. See that moss? Something knocked that moss off. It was right up there. I don't see what it could be. Might have been a bear. Could have been a deer. Stepped on it. I don't know. The thing I like about having Rowdy with me, is he can detect if there's anything around. And he can smell it. Yeah, up here, look here. Here's another place. I'm gonna zoom up on this. I don't have to walk up there. See that? Look at that. There's another piece of moss that's been broke off. I don't know what would have done that. It could have been a black bear. I mean, there's so many bears in here. There's no shortage of bears. I hope we don't come up on a black bear, because I got my dog with me, and honestly, I'd rather get hurt as my dog. And I would protect my dog like I would a child. I mean, I would really put the hurting on somebody, hurting my dog, whether man or beast. This is fresh. And there's used to be a little road that goes up through there. And there's a field up there. And I would bring my cameras and set them up here, but I've had my camera stolen here. And I just don't want a camera stolen. I bought some cable locks, which are too thick to go through the strap to lock it on. If anybody's got an idea on a way to secure a camera, I wouldn't care to bring a small step ladder or maybe a little extension ladder, you know, like a 12-foot, and put it high up on a tree. Ratty, come back this way, buddy. I don't like my dog getting out of my sight. I don't know about you guys, but stuff like that tends to scare me. Look at this little tree right here. Top's been snapped off. I'm looking to see if there's any rubs. I've hunted this area a lot, and I've come up here and prayed a lot. I don't mean to make this video too long. I know people don't like long videos. They got better things to do than sit and listen to some old codger like me. And so I'm gonna try to make this a little shorter. I'm gonna edit it too, so you guys don't have to put up with a bunch of yakety yak from an old feller like me. I've hunted down in there. I've hunted up here on this trail. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go down to a place where I actually seen with my own two eyes, which made me know Bigfoot was real. So go along with us. Well, I wanted to give you an update. I had to stop and check myself for ticks because I found 2 on my legs, one crawling up the inside of my shirt. I think I found one on my arm, I can't remember now. And I wanted to stop and check my back and everything, and Jens didn't want to see that. Anyway, back behind me here is where I had my Bigfoot experience. I can't take you to there because somebody's camping there right now. I really hate that because it's a pretty good ways over here. But I really wanted to share that with you. I'll just go ahead and tell you about it. And then if I get a chance, I'll redo this and take you to the very spot that happened. Rowdy, get over here on the road, buddy. Come here. Come here. And, but, come here. So, I come over here to pray and had the dog with me. And anytime I hear something funny going on or anything that don't feel right, I put him in the truck. Well, I kept hearing something. Kept hearing something break. And it came from over in here. Let's go ahead and prop this up over here so you can see. So it come from this direction right here. And so, see how thick those woods are. Well, I came down here to pray, seek the Lord. It was really getting dark. I mean, it was a little darker than it is now. It's not quite that dark here yet. It was getting dark, and I kept, and what I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna sound crazy. I know there's gonna be comments going, you're nuts, you need to go. I probably am nuts, but let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Because I'm gonna tell you, so I'm 64, I don't know how much more time I got. I may live to be 84, 94, I have no clue. But if I don't record this and put it out there, it won't be remembered. And that's all I care about. I don't care if you believe me or not. I mean, I could really care less. But I want to share it to those that do believe. And to those that might experience something and not understand what it is. But when I was there praying and stuff, I kept hearing this branches and stuff breaking, and I thought, well, there's a bear moving into here, and I'm afraid my dog will get hurt, and I don't want nothing to happen to him. So I hollered at him and I said, come here, boy, I'm gonna put you in the truck. And I put him in the truck, and I thought, well, you know, it's getting late. I think we'll just go ahead and go. And I put him in the truck, and I got in the truck. I had my phone in the cradle, and I went to crank the truck, and I heard this voice speak to me. Sound like my voice. And it sounds like this. If you're counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you count them in your head in order to keep it straight, that's exactly what it sounded like. My own voice saying something to me. So the voice said, come over here, I want to show you something. And what I was looking at was a couple of trees. Well, actually, it was out my left because I was sitting in the truck. It would have been on my left. And so I just thought, that's just me. So I reached for the keys again, and it just clear as day. Come back again. Come over here. I want to show you something. I thought, that's just me doing that. And then the thought crossed my mind, if you leave without going over there and checking it, I mean, what's it going to take? All of 5 seconds to walk over there. So I got out of the truck and I walked over where those 2 trees split. And like, these are the trees. And on the left side of them, there's a trail that goes down through there, and it kind of goes down off in there. Now the road's up higher. And so I walked down in there, and this was in, I think, October 23, maybe 22. I don't remember what year it is. And it's not the most important thing to me, so I don't remember everything. But So I walked over to that tree, and I took a couple of steps down the trail, and suddenly I seen movement off to my left, and it was completely and totally black. It was black like my dog. You see how his coat is? I mean, there's really no shine to it. It's just black. I mean, especially in the woods, it's really black. But I seen it had real powerful legs. The legs were pretty long, and if I would estimate, the legs up to the crotch was probably 5 feet. And I'm 5'11 3/4. I used to be 6, but I've shrunk a little bit. Anyway, and it was real powerful legs. And there's a bank there that's like 5 foot. That bank drops off, and it stepped off of that with one step. So when I seen it, I reached for my pocket to get my phone, and that's when I realized my phone was in the cradle in the truck. And I wish a million times I'd have had my phone. I turned and ran back to the truck because the truck wasn't probably 10 yards, maybe 15 yards. It was very close. And I grabbed my phone and I ran back over, and it was gone. I couldn't find it nowhere. The only place it could have went was down into the river, because the river's down here off to my right. And that's where it was coming. It come off the bank, from across the road, down off the bank and down toward the river. And the river wasn't deep enough for it to hide in the river. So I have no clue where it went. That's why I believe these things are spiritual. I believe that they can appear and disappear whenever they want to. They can allow to be filmed or not to be filmed. But anyway, I know everybody's going to say, why didn't you have your phone? Because honest to God, I never would have believed I was going to see that. But I did, and that's my experience. I've seen a lot of things in 64 years, especially after coming to the Lord in 1980. I've seen so many things that I'll share on later videos. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Me and Rowdy, we need your subscriptions. We need a big thumbs up. Give a thumbs up for Rowdy. He's the dog. Now come here, Rowdy. I want to show him something. So I'm hoping he ain't got no ticks on him. But you see this thing here? It's got these some kind of stones. Well, they told me that would prevent ticks and ticks and fleas. But I'm gonna say something about it. You have to keep them washed. You have to wash that thing like once every 2 weeks, really good. Scrub it with a scrub brush with some soap and water. And it's supposed to keep it alive. I don't know, but I got some spray at home. I'm going to spray them with as soon as I get home. And I'm going to have my wife to check me out really good to make sure I don't have any more ticks on me. I had a tick get on me once a year or two ago. The thing embedded in the back of my neck back here, and I didn't know it. And I was taking a shower, and that's when I felt it. And he'd been there a while. It left a big red spot, but thank the Lord nothing's happened to me. And he's always took care of me, and he's blessed me beyond belief. Anyway, I really do appreciate you people. Rowdy appreciates you too, don't you, buddy? Hey, appreciate him. That's his snarl look right there. Anyway, thanks a million. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you.